Are you finding it difficult to discipline your child? Your child is just getting attracted to mobile screens, tablet, television, iPads, etc., and it's getting difficult for you to discipline them. Then this is the perfect video that you have found out. Make sure that you follow each and every step of this video very closely, because if you discipline your child till the age of 12, you are going to thank yourself for doing that during their teenage, because teenage is a difficult time to deal with a child. So make sure that you watch this entire video. Initially I'll be sharing do's and don'ts, and I'll be sharing how exactly you can handle your kid. So yes, stay tuned. The first thing, okay, the first thing is you have to avoid giving the child cell phone, or making stop making them sit in front of the television, or giving them the iPad just for immediate relief. Okay, like I do see a lot of parents, a lot of people who are taking care of a child, they do that, but it's just like, you know, instant solution. It's not like a permanent solution. If your child is not eating, if your child is not listening to you, like giving the cell phone is not the solution. Okay, that's the first thing. Try to avoid doing that. Second thing is avoid giving in to their stubbornness. Like if they are getting stubborn, if they are just like, no, I just want that, and you just like you just feel defeated, you just feel like you have failed as a parent, and you just give in to that child's demand. Stop doing that. The thing you have to be careful of is avoid guilt parenting. What is guilt parenting? Guilt parenting is because, you know, see, today's world is where both the parents are working. Like the child, children, they crave for attention. The children, they crave for their parents' attention, their love, their care. But sadly, because in today's world, it's important that there are a lot of expenses. Plus, you know, of this demanding culture, you know, the work culture. Plus, you know, all the demanding expenses that are like booming today. It's important that both the people are supposed to work, and because of that, what the parents do is they do guilt parenting. So instead of love, attention and care, what they do is they try to fill in the gap by guilt parenting, by giving them cell phone, chocolates, or giving them ice creams. You know, whenever they just get stubborn, they just give them what they want, which is not exactly in their best interest. Okay, so you have to be careful that, you know, you do not do that. The fourth most important thing to avoid is avoid scolding your child. Avoid shouting at your child in front of other people. Okay, so as parents, you have to make sure that you're not scolding them even in front of their cousins, or in front of their grandparents, or in front of the neighbors. Yes, even when you avoid shouting altogether, make sure that whenever you're having a conversation with your child, do not shout at them. You know, you are supposed to talk to them. Make sure that you teach your child to listen to you even when you are talking on a normal tone. Make sure that you're not making them habituated that only when you shout then they listen, other than that they don't listen. Make sure that you don't form that habit to your child, because it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you in the long run. It's going to cost you your temper in the long run, because the older you get, the weaker you are going to get, and the child is going to get stronger, and you won't be able to shout at them anymore. And the last and the most important point is avoid getting glued on the cell phone yourself. Like I do see that, you know, parents, they try to say, oh, don't take your mobile, don't take a cell phone, you know, avoid screen time. For the kid, there is screen time. You just allow your child 1 hour of cell phone throughout the day, and the parents are like, you know, during their free time, they are like 2 to 3 hours they're on the cell phone. What is this? What does this translate in front to that kid? That kid does not have any logic. The kid does not know that you are trying to email. Okay, make sure that if you are supposed to use the cell phone to email your boss something, make sure you don't do that in front of your child. All the usage of your cell phone is supposed to be away from your child's attention. Okay, so that translates, if you are like using the cell phone for like a few hours in front of your child, this translates as eating chocolates, eating ice cream, eating sweets, pastries in front of the child, and you're not giving it to the child. Okay, it translates like that, because cell phone is not a utility for the child. It's like a toy. Okay, cell phone is a toy that's like very colorful. It has a lot of features. That's it. That is what is the cell phone to the child. Okay, For you it's a utility, for you it's like a camera, for you it's like a calculator, for you it's like 1,000 different things inside the cell phone, but the child does not know all that. It's just a toy for the child. Okay, now I'm going to share with you what you are supposed to do instead of all of these things. So first thing, now I did say that stop using the cell phone in front of the child. So you may say, okay, so what do I do? What do I do if somebody calls? Yes, just receive calls. Okay, if somebody is calling you, receive the calls, that's it. And if you're supposed to make a call to somebody, make that call. If you're supposed to text somebody, just text that person and put away that cell phone. You know, like you yourself, if you are finding it difficult to not to get glued to the cell phone, how can you expect the child, you know, to have self-control with the cell phone? Okay, you have to learn self-control yourself. Okay, see, now this is not something that just you have to do. Everybody around the child, all the family members, they have to follow. And anybody who does not follow these rules, try to keep that person away from the child, because see, these are important years to discipline your child. You know, like that person who just comes once in a while, they're not going to be accountable if your child is not going to listen to you during their teenage. Okay, second thing, if you are going to allow cell phone usage for your child, if you're going to allow your child to watch some TV, there has to be a fixed timing for it, like 1 hour usage of cell phone, that's it. 1 hour watching TV, that's it, not more than that. And that time cannot exceed during festivals or during like when you are traveling. Okay, when you are traveling, you want the kid to look around, you want the kid to have the like advantage of looking at different landscapes rather than watching something on the cell phone, right? So make sure that no matter whatever the thing is, your child can only watch the cell phone for just 1 hour. No matter whatever the situation, they could not be eating, they could be like highly stubborn, not eating, they are not following orders. No matter whatever the problem is, never give them more time than what they are actually supposed to do. Okay, the next is, now you want that your child starts listening to you, right? This video is not just about cell phones, right? How to avoid giving them cell phone. This video is not about that. This video is about how to start making your child listen to you. So like if you say that, baby, can you just please go and put your cup, you know, where once you have finished eating, can you just put your cup, you know, where all the vessels are there for washing. If you want your child to listen to that, you know, your child is supposed to listen to that. Okay, and if your child is screaming, they're just enjoying and the child is screaming, you tell them to tone down their voice, you tell them not to scream, the child is supposed to listen to you. If they have picked up the cell phone and they are not supposed to have it, it's not their screen time, it's not their mobile time during the day, if you tell them, can you please give back the cell phone, they are supposed to give it back to you in by just in one call. Okay, you're not supposed to repeat your instructions like 1,000 times, after which, you know, you're expect, or neither it's like snatching away the phone from them. You have to start giving them incentives. You know, you have to start giving them incentives for listening to you. Like they give away the cell phone, okay, they get 1 red star. Okay, like red stars or green stars or golden stars for listening to you, and for not listening, misbehaving, being stubborn, shouting, etc., you can actually give black stars or brown stars, you know, something ugly. Okay, or it cannot be star, it could be like a black stone or something. Okay, any symbol that, you know, they don't like. And the next is, every month you have to do this. Okay, every month, every day, you just have to have a calendar. Tell your child what that calendar is about and start marking. Okay, the day they are listening to you, the day they, you know, they follow your instructions, just mark those days. See how many stars they have by the end of the month. Okay, then red stars are like 25, black stars are like 3, then yes, it's like -1 for each black star and +1 for each red star. Do the calculation. They have to have like plus more than 20 stars, then they get the toy, or they get, you know, some like outing. Okay, whatever they would love to have. And next is punishments. Punishments are super important. You know, it's like a child. The child is just like, you know, a little soul. that does not know how to behave. Okay, and a very well behaved child is somebody who is going to thank you, because this world does not accept, you know, bad behavior, right? So if you want to teach, like, you know, some discipline to your child, the best is punishing them. Now, punishing them by beating them or by scolding them, by shouting at them, that's not any punishment. Okay, that is not a punishment. You have to avoid doing that. What punishment you can give is, you have to make the child stand in a corner. Okay, and that punishment has to be like the super shameful punishment, you know, like the child has to feel so shameful that they were punished there for 10 minutes. Yes, if a child is misbehaving, they are not listening to you, they are being stubborn, you make them stand in a corner, and that corner they have to stand for like 10 minutes facing the wall, not seeing anything. They cannot talk to anybody, you cannot talk to them, you cannot make fun of them, you cannot others in the house, they cannot make fun of them, nobody can talk to that child. And once the 10 minutes are done, the child is supposed to apologize. Only after that the punishment is over. Okay, so this is how, you know, you are supposed to teach discipline to a child. Okay, so yes, once a child, you know, they know how this works, they are being well disciplined till the age of 12, you are going to have a very well behaved teenager. Yes, during the teenage they are having that boost of hormones which is going to make them fly, but a well behaved child is definitely going to be easier to handle. Okay, so yeah, so that is it for today's video, and let me know in the comments, how did you like these tips and how did you apply and what are the results? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep following the path of your soul's purpose, because you are born for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.